I am making pie crust today, and I know that probably scares some of you to hear pie crust, but if you're watching this, I'm assuming you want to know how to do it and how to do it easily. Now, I really want you to watch this. I just want you to pay attention because you're looking at a Cuisinart right now thinking, what the heck is she doing with the Cuisinart? You're going to find out that your Cuisinart has two blades, okay? You have your chopper blade and your dough blade. You're going to want your dough blade for this, so put it in your Cuisinart. With pie crust, the key is not to touch it too much. Very important. You want that butter that we're going to mix in there to stay in its chunks, and it makes it flakier. So just watch what I'm doing and get the recipe at GinaAtHome.com, okay? So pay attention. We need to sift 2 cups of flour. Now, I don't know if you have a sifter. I hate the sifter. I think it's difficult to use, and I think it kind of hurts your hand. So all you're doing here is getting all the lumps and bumps out of the flour, okay? Very important to keep your dough nice and smooth. And so you're going to bear with me. I'm going to try to whip through this. And when I wanted to go make a pie crust, the first person I called, of course, was my mother, queen of the pie crust. There's not a recipe out there for pie crust that she hasn't tried because she's always in search of the perfect one. And when I called her, she said, I've got the perfect one. I've been using it for over 45 years. And I figured, if it's lasted that long in her house, she loves to bake and make pies and cook and everything else, then it's a keeper. And then she said, when I asked her, did you get the pastry cutter? I don't read anything about a pastry cutter. She said, not a pastry cutter, Cuisinart. Threw me away. So our flour is now all nice and sifted. We're going to add a teaspoon of salt. We're going to add 2 tablespoons of butter and 2/3 cup of Crisco. And I said, why the food processor? And she said, well, and I think I told you, she said, don't touch it too much. This keeps your hands off of it. Now, if you're doing a fruit pie, she said cream cheese. Makes it richer, goes well with the fruit. If you're not doing a fruit pie, you're good here with these ingredients before we put in the cold liquid. I'm doing an apple pie, which I'm going to do on video so you can see that next. So I just got 2 teaspoons cream cheese, no big deal. And the last thing, recipes calls for cold water. She uses cold vodka. You may have seen that before too. Okay, now all we're going to do is pulse. Get that to mix up. And now I'm just going to turn it on. Turn it off. Oh, I'm touching buttons. There we go. And I'm not touching it. It's all doing its thing. We're going to get a ball here pretty soon. You see it starting to form. I was also told that if it doesn't form a ball and it's too dry, just add a little bit more liquid, even if you want to put a little water in. But look at it. It's doing what it's supposed to do. I'm telling you, age tests everything that should ever lie. We're done. Can you believe this? We hardly touched it. I still don't want to touch it. I'm just going to move this over. Now we're going to take plastic wrap that I already have done. We're going to spread it out. I'm going to move this so you can see. Are you a little thrown by this? And I'm going to take this dough and I'm going to take half of it because I'm going to do a crust on the bottom, crust on top. And I mean, it's perfect. Do you see this? I'm telling you, Ange knows what she's doing. That is my mommy. And we're going to flatten it out in a disc, fold it over, cover it, I'm going to put it aside, and now I'm going to take my second layer of saran, and I'm going to put the second ball of dough. I wish you could feel this. I mean, so much of cooking is feel and smell, just touch, and I said to my mom, okay, well, how do I know it's done? And she said, Gina, just look at it. If it's too dry, you're going to know. You got to just feel it. But I think from this, you can see visually that this is pretty perfect. So now it's in the discs, which means our rolling out process is going to be so much easier. When I go to make the apple pie, I'm going to roll these out so you can see it on film, and we're going to do it in between 2 pieces of parchment. Love parchment. So easy. This is the go-to pie crust. Fruit pies, non-fruit pies, this is it. I promise you. Have a great one. Thanks for watching.